No, hang on. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Prefix here. So I'll change this prefix to guide SMO.
Sure. And yes.
And then we know that we've
few
been making the changes, right?
Like when we.
Okay, so now
He mentioned to us.
now I've completed, I think, all of the stuff in here.
Our exchange server. So is it better to create the Azure
Research.
right?
Done.
To talk directly to our exchange president?
Okay, CAM system. Done through the solution. Okay. So that URL for the ERD points to the Visio diagram that I just showed you. So that's done. Right. So now offering child. So I want to make a entity for a child offering. I've called it offering child. Like I keep changing the name of it. I'll just call it child offering at the moment. Child.
Well, no, but.
Okay, so we want to do that. So to do that, I want to make a new entity which corresponds to this diagram here. So I'm talking about this entity there. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so I want to make that. So in order to make it, I'm going to go into my solution, and where am I? I'm in my solution here, and I go to entities, and I don't want to add an existing because it's not going to be existing. I want to add a new. A new child offering.
But anyway.
And then the plural name of that is
children.
Rings. Well, yeah. Yeah. And then now if it's got a red star, that means it's mandatory, right? If it's not a red star, then it's not
mandatory. Okay.
And then you don't want to tick that box, define as an activity, because it's not a task or something. Display in activity menus, I don't know what that one means. But I'll leave it for now, because it's ticked by default. And these things down here, you can pretty much leave them. Some of them you can't change it after you've done it. Can't undo them.
That's doable.
But it's not going to make or break us. But it's a bit. If we knew perfectly what we're doing, we'd probably put a bit more time into it. But I can't. I don't have time right now. So so we'll pretty much leave these as default. Then we'll display all of this stuff in the service area. No, in the sales area. Right, this is a sales system for the TAMs. So and for the description, I'll use the description which I've used here. So I'll just copy and paste that. And I'll put that into here. And now the primary field is name. Yeah, that'll do. So that's the title kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to hit save and close. Oh, hang on. I'll hit save and close. And then I'll look at my requirements in here. Child offering. Let's have a look.
But to make another mailbox is print out another VM. Is that okay?
Okay.
Is that something that you can do?
Sorry. Where are we?
But what would be the role of that? This mailbox. So basically, you can either put the mailbox on the first server.
What's going on? No, my computer's fucking up. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I think, So we're getting another server.
Okay, so now we've got child offering. So we've got it. Right, now I'll create another one. I'll create parent offering, I think. Or hang on, no, I'll look at the
enough resources.
I'll put it in peer review and I'll create a parent offering. Okay, so what are the instructions here? Parent offering will simply have title, name, description, and form. Okay, so I'm going to create a parent offering. So in here, create a new.
Let's change that.
Now, can I just have a look at this design quickly?
Let's upgrade that. Let's use it for that, and also use it for production. Yeah. I'm meeting with the design.
Okay. What I'm going to do is change the design quickly right now. I'm going to make this an option set instead of an entity. So an option set is an alternative. It's different to an entity. So an entity is like a table in a database. An option set is like a lookup field. So I'm going to cancel this. Leave this page.
Hello,
and I'm going to make an option set. Option set. So here's an option set. So I'm going to add a new option set.
Hello, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
These are just containers for.
On the GoToMeeting computer audio, right? You have one microphone
And the options are, like I'll put in some options right now just to give us an idea.
Or the Sennheiser 600. Maybe you just have to increase your volume. You know, on the cable of your headset, there's a little like control to increase and decrease your volume. Like on your cable. Yeah. And
sorry, girls. Okay, so
Show you my face.
So we'll just remove
which way will I do it?
The right person, Lisa.
so that there will be much more confusion anymore.
Oh, you.
I don't know that we can.
I'm still in.
Okay, I'll just put test for now. Test one.
Yeah. You wanna?
And test two.
Hang on. Let's see. Have a look. So those are the girl buyers.
Okay. Save and close.
The new sales stuff. Those two are business.
And I want to add that option set to my. I want to add that option set. It's like a lookup list, right? So I want to add it to my child offering. So I'm just going to go into my child offering, and I'm going to add a field to my child offering, which is that option set that we just made. So I'm going to go into child offering field, and I'll say new.
And then if you open up the window, you can actually
and I'm gonna data type is gonna be
so let's start with each person like this. Then one thinks money basically to have Was in here. So I was walking down on the road, seeing this guy wearing Telestra shirt, basically.
Use
with
existing
logos and
option
stuff like
set.
that.
There it is.
Why he
Existing
made
option
the
set, and
Telestra
it's
in here, but they
parent
want to have
offerings.
the good company presence,
Yeah.
basically in
Okay, so that'll do for now.
We,
Yes, that's right.
Save and call. Okay, so that's an option set. So we've just created you guys are there, right?
bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we're here.
Yep. Okay. I've just created those two things there, and the relationship between them. Although I've used an option set, so this isn't actually technically one of them. It's more like, it probably looks more like that. I don't know if you're going to draw it. Now, the next one I'll make is Hos team. I will make an entity for that. Yeah, I'll make an entity for Hos team, and then I'll get you guys to make entities for offering tokens. So let's go back to entities, and I'll make a Hos team entity. I'll just put them all in sales for now. We can move them around later. I'll leave everything else as default. And now I want to create the relationship between the horizontal team and the one-to-many between the horizontal team and the child offering now, because that's where this is effectively going to go. So let's have a look at that. So you can do it from either one of them. So we need a relationship between these two. We can do it from either one, and it just depends which way you want to do it. So I'm going to do it from the child offering. So I'm going to go into there, and I'm going to say do I need a one-to-many relationship or a many-to-one relationship? Well, it depends where you're looking at it from. If I'm looking at it from the child offering point of view, then I need a many. Join it to there so you can see sort of. Right, because I'm looking at it from the perspective of the child offering, because I've opened up over here. I've opened up the child offering, right? To me, as a child, it's many to one. If I was looking at it from Hos team, it'd be one to many, because it's the other way around. So I've got many here. I'm going to create many to one relationship, which is over here on the left-hand side. So click on that, and I want a new many to one relationship. And my parent entity is Hos team. Hos team, there it is. Okay, so we've got a relationship. This is the name of it. You can just leave that as the default. So we've got the primary entity is Hos team. The related entity is the child offering. Searchable, yes. Leave all this in place. Display name of the lookup. So when you're looking up your Hos team, what will the field be called? So yeah, we'll just call it Hos team. That's fine. description, and then display area for primary entity. We'll keep it as sales. That's before. Now this will start to make sense when you start to see it sort of unfolding. So, but anyway, okay. So I've got it now. So I've creating a relationship between the two entities. And now I'm in, if you see, I'm in child offering. So you can see I'm in child offering up here, right? And I can have a look at what relationships have we got in child offering. Okay, let's go have a look. So let's have a look at our many-to-one relationships. Okay, now we've got some out of the box that are just there to begin with for various reasons, to user and owner. These are just default relationships that the system has to have because every record has got an owner, for example. So that's why it's already got some. But we've gone and created our own one here. So we've got HOS team to child offering. And we can see that it's one of ours.
Getting to know
No, don't delete the default ones because you probably can't delete them anyway. You might be able to, but at this stage, no, we won't be deleting them. Okay.
Okay, just gonna leave it is.
So like next month will be Salim. So
Say that again, Sherry.
We're just going to leave it is and gonna touch any default.
Yeah.
All the stuff.
Um,
All the clients.
Something's just gone a bit funky.
Unfortunately, it doesn't have the airline, but if you want the airline, airline have a server room, have a server.
I've got a bit of an error.
This different location, and these users are based on this location.
Yeah, so we've got it there, and we can have a look at it, and we might come back to it later. And you can see that it's yours because it's got the Guide SMO prefix. Oh, hey, all these do, don't they?
I will.
Oh, that doesn't help. But but anyway, and type of behavior system. See, if it says system, you probably can't delete it. I'm not going to try it right now, but I believe that if it says system, it means the system had it there by default, and you can't actually delete it or do anything with it. Referential means like if I go into it, referential means it's a reference, whereas I can probably change it to from referential to parental or configurable cascading. So what that means is like if I delete the parent, will it delete all the children? Right? If I change it to parental, then yes, it cascades all. See this? Cascade all, cascade.
Okay.
So if I delete the parent, it'll cascade down, it'll delete all the children.
Children, okay.
Right, but we don't want that necessarily. You might want it, but in this case, I don't really like it usually. But sometimes it is handy. Sometimes you want to be able to delete an account, and you want to delete all the invoices and stuff for that account as well. Or you want to delete an account, and you want to delete all the contacts associated with that account. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense a lot of the time. But referential, it'll cascade none. See that? So if I delete the parent, it won't delete the child. And then configurable cascading, I can go and I can change these myself, and I can decide that what gets cascaded. Yeah, okay. And the other one, referential restrict delete. It looks like it's just won't. I don't know what it does. Anyway, same kind of thing. You can look into it further if you want yourself.
Okay.
So let's leave it as referential for now. De-dum. Yeah, most of this will come up later, so I'll save and close. Okay, so now we've got two things. Now we should have if we're looking up, if we've got a many-to-one, right, then there should be a lookup field on the child offering form so that we can look up the HOS team, right? Like you need to be able to look it up. So let's just go see, how are we going to make that field appear? Is it already going to be there or not? Okay, so child offering. So I'm going to go to the form. Okay, so we've got a main form for this child offering.
Yeah.
So this is the main form. The other one's a mobile form, and the other one's a quick view form. So the other two, don't worry about them. Main one is the main form. Right, that's the one that we want to worry about. So I'm going to go into it. I'm going to say, what does the child offering form look like at the moment? Well, let's have a look.
All doesn't like that. It wants to basically minimize the credit universal part. That's
Okay, we've got not much. There's two things, a name and an owner, and that's it. Okay, that's not very cool. Okay, but on the right-hand side, we can see HOS team. That's our lookup field that we made before because we've made a relationship. And we've also got parent offering, that option set that we said before. So let's drag them across and put them. Looks like we can put it there. HOS team there, and then parent offering. We can put it there, right? Okay, so now we've got HOS team and parent offering. Also, I want a description field on here. Now I could go back and I could put I could go back into this area and I could go to fields. I go to fields here and I can add a description field here. And then once I've added it there, it'll appear on the right here, and I can drag it in. So that's one way. That's one way.
Okay.
Or a quicker way is I can just click new field here, bottom right, and I'll say, okay, I just want a description. And field requirement is optional, sure, and I will say, actually, I'll make it mandatory or recommended. I'll make it required, so we've got to have a description. And then, and this one I want it to be, I want quite a lot of text in here. Like I might want to write quite a lot of text in here. So I'm not going to have a single line of text. I'm going to have multiple lines of text. Maximum length 2,000 characters. You can, I don't even know what IME mode is. I don't think it matters. And the rest of it I'm going to leave. So business required means it has to be filled in. Excuse me.
It's required.
I'm going to hit save and close.
Yep. And she basically.
And now it's over here on the right. So I'm going to drag it in and I'm going to put it. Whenever I put it, I might put it up there. Then I can double click on this field and I can change the formatting of it, how it appears. That's what it kind of looks like.
So after last week, no, early this week.
So I'm going to say it should take up a few rows. So I'll say it should take up 3 rows.
Is it GS? Is it RI? What was it?
That's a bit fatter. Right, so that's our child offering. So that'll do for now.
And then
Save, close. Now see this publish button? If I want to actually see the changes in my system, I'll have to click publish. But I'll hit save and close for now.
You got, do you know the form?
And now, if I go back to my entities, I've now got 2 different things. I want to publish these, so I'm going to tick that and tick that. I'm going to publish.
Who approved it and what happened after approval submits.
Yeah, that's right. And it takes effect. Now, so now I think I should be able to see them now in here. So I'm just looking at the main thing.
To handle this sort of question.
Main sales. I've got a sales.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I might need to refresh my screen. So let me try that. I'll press F5 and I'm just going to refresh. Because I think that refreshes my menus. But let's see.
Yeah. So I'd say TC and Lisa here, and then I'm not too sure what me and Sus were planning to do. We might meet up with you guys, or we might just send a bunch of questions. I'll get Susan to discuss, to decide on that.
Okay, so in sales, let's have a look. Sales. No, maybe I click here.
That's it basically on my list of things to do.
I'm expecting Oh, here we go. Child offerings and HOS teams. Okay, so I thought they would appear under sales. Actually, I'm not sure why they're over here, but anyway, well, it just means it's been. Well, I don't know why it's appearing over there, but it means our custom ones that we've created, I suppose. So I'll click on child offerings, and then we've currently got no records in here. But if I create a new record, okay, so new child offering is backup review of servers, right? That's going to be the offering. Parent offering, well, okay, we've got these two options. So I've test option 1 or test option 2, so obviously I need to change them at some point. And then the HOS team, well, there's none here, but I can probably add one if I push on the lookup. So I'll click on new. So the HOS team is printer management, or the print team. Yeah, that's right. So I just could save and close. So there's not much to it in there. But I saved and closed, and now I've selected print team because I just created it. And then over here I've got a description, and I can write, during the backup review, we check all servers and ensure they're getting backed up. Now, yeah. Okay. Oh, well, it's just handy for later, like, because I'm also doing baseline management, so multiple people can use this system in theory in the future, right? There's multiple angles. You've got the customer. The customer can potentially come and see, looking at it from their perspective in terms of their objectives, right? So they can come and see their objectives, and then they can see how we're going to meet their objectives. So they're going to be sort of looking at it from that angle, right? And then you've got the salesperson, like Jenny. She's going to be looking at it from sort of this perspective. There's offerings that are due for this customer, and then there's actions. Then there's actions that need to be taken for this to satisfy those needs. Yeah, and then we've got the HOS team could look at it as well, and they could go, okay, well, how do we manage our customers? We have got certain offerings that are associated with our team. So for the print team, I just said backup review and then I said print team. So those two things don't match. I shouldn't have done that. I should have said server team or something like that. So if that's what you mean, then yeah, I didn't choose the correct one. But in theory, yeah, the HOS team can look at it and they can build up their offerings and align them to the customer. So yeah, you wouldn't do. So for print team, it would be more of a review of backup. I mean, of printing configurations. And during the print review, during this print review, we check all printers and ensure they're being managed as per our best practices or something. I mean, you know. Now, so that's just basic, right? Now, save and close. Now, I can't see enough columns along here. I want to see more columns so I can change my view. And I can or I could do it via here as well. I could go to views in solutions, and I could have a look at the active child offerings view, which is that one active child offerings view. I can go in here and I can change it. And I can add a column. So I can go add a column. I want to add a column to see the HOS team that it's for and the parent offering that it's for. And I'll click OK. Now those things appear. And I might make it a bit fatter. 150 points.
100.
And then I'll hit the close. And now I can publish that again. So I'll publish my child offering because I've just changed the view. And then if I refresh my screen here, then it should press F5 and refresh, then it should refresh. And I should be able to see a couple more columns now. Okay, so there's my columns, right, for that. And I can click in the column, I can click on the print team, and I can automatically go straight to the print team. Okay, so now I've got a couple of tables, and I've got some data. Okay. Now, how do I change the option set? I'm not sure if I have to go and do that in the customization thing. That's nice, but anyway, that'll do for now. So I've shown you how to create an entity, how to create an option set, how to create a relationship. Then there's more fields. I've shown you how to create a field, like we created that description field, and you can create a whole bunch of different fields. And so you should be able to go through and do most of this. Customer account, right? Customer account and contact. You don't need to create new entities because they already exist. So you would just bring them into the solution, I believe. So we go in here and we'll just go into entities. So for account and customer account, add existing, go add existing. And I go account and okay, yeah, and contact. You can probably tick both of them. And contact and hit OK and bring them into the solution, and then they will sit along here, and then you can start creating relationships and stuff like that. Okay, so that's the main bit for now, I think. That should probably get you going. Remember, you got to publish after you do it. Feel free to Google stuff if you don't understand it. If there's a field, I haven't used CRM for about fucking like 5 years, but I used to be really good at it. But it's changed a lot. It's changed a lot since. Well, it hasn't changed that much. All the fundamentals the same. There's just a few new features, basically. Okay, and then work your way through the Jira thing, right?
Yeah.
Because we've done that now. Did we create all the relationships? We didn't create onboarding requirement, yes, no. So I'll just do that one last thing. Onboarding requirement, yes, no. So let's do it. And we didn't create description, I don't think, or did we? Yeah, we did. So I'll just do one more. So how do you think I create onboarding? It's a yes, no field. I want to create it on the child offering, a yes, no field. So talk me through what I do. Yep, so I click on that, and then on child offering, and then now I want to create a yes no field on the child offering entity. So if I click new, it'll create a new entity. But I don't want a new entity. I want a new field on that entity.
Fields.
Yeah, that's right.
The left side field.
Yeah, that's right. And then here I can click new, obviously.
Yeah.
And then so this one is onboarding requirement. This offering must be addressed during the onboarding process. Or I should have probably copied and pasted from here if I had if I've got a description. Yeah, I'll grab that. Right, so I'll copy that and I'll paste that in here. Okay, so this is a field, isn't it? And okay, so I've created a field. Now it's a yes/no field, so it's not a single line of text. It's a yes/no. So it's
Two
yeah,
two options.
yeah, it's 2 options, yeah. And yes/no, field type, simple yes and no. Default is no. Default is
What about the field requirement? Is it optional or required?
It is. Well, so long as it defaults to no, I'm happy. Default value is no, so I'm happy. So it has. I think it'll. Optional is fine by me.
Okay.
And then we'll hit save and close. Now that field is not going to be on the form. When I go look at the form, it's not there yet. So what do I have to do to put it on the form? No, that still won't be on the form. Even if I publish, it won't be on the form. It exists in the entity now, but it's not on the form. So if I want to get it on the form, so when I say on the form, I mean when I go look at it, yeah, it won't be there. So if I want to get it on the form, remember we were dragging stuff from the right onto the form? I need to go do that again. So where can I do that? Okay, we'll look towards the left of the screen.
Forms. Forms.
Yeah, under entities, we've got child offerings.
Forms. Forms.
Yeah, that's right. So because look, we got child offering and we got HOS team, so I can expand these out. I can do the forms there, or I can do the forms here, and the fields here or the fields there, and then there's all sorts of things we can do later. Relationships. Okay, so that's what's happening. So yeah, so I want the child offering forms. And then I've got 3 forms. Which one am I going to choose? Which one do I want to modify? Yeah. Okay, so then I've got my new little field over here. Although, yeah, is it there? Yes, it is. Onboarding requirement. So I'll just drag it across. I'll chuck it here for now. We can rearrange these forms and make them prettier later. You know, that's going to be pretty subjective. Like I'm probably going to move stuff around a bit. But I'll hit save. If I want, I can hit publish from here. Okay, and now when we go and refresh our screen, once that's finished publishing, and we refresh, then it'll be there. Review. In fact, I'll just click on it. It should be there now because it refreshes as part of this. So, so there we've got our onboarding requirement. Yes, no, right? Okay, so excuse me. Now in Jira, I'm going to move that across to done, and this one across to done. All right. So as you can see, hopefully, shouldn't really take you too much longer to do the rest of them. Like you might get it done in the next hour. If you want, you can split them up, assign some to Joy, some to Sherry. And then what I want, right, if Sherry does this one, then she should put it in progress. And then Sherry should put it into peer review, and then she should assign it to Joy. And Joy should look at it and look at how it's been done and go, oh, yeah, I understand it. And so only once the second person understands it does the second person move it into done.
Okay.
Okay? So,
okay.
So if there's a problem, then we can all talk about what's happened. Okay, so that's the rest. Now, feel free to ask questions as much as you want. Ask them in the ticket. I think you will get. I think I will get a notification if you
Yeah.
write it into the ticket.
Yeah.
And then you can always write one and then start moving on to the next one, and you should be able to do multiple things at a time, hopefully. Okay, great. I'll leave you to it.
Okay.
Okay, good luck. See ya. Any immediate questions?
None as of now.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. See ya.